The code makes all kinds of unique requirements for that, but allows you to do. This is a hybrid system. Only expensive homes can allow you to do that. You have the area, but you're going to see more and more of these things as these things become what more applicable. Okay. No. Well, it's up to you. I want to go into actually modules. We can either stop now, because the next, and then I can, since last week I let you a little bit late. But let me tell you what I'm going to cover. I wanted to go into the actually modules and some of the code requirements, but it's going to take a little bit longer than a half an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover that next week, or 2 weeks, or next time. But let me just tell you what the requirements for. I'm going to give you a test next week. I mean, the week we're going to have for chapters 1, 2, and 3 to see how well we're doing so far. So I suggest you reading. But the next time, to prepare you, we're going to cover chapter 5, which actually I'm going to talk about. Listen to me now, okay? Bring notebook, pencil, and calculator. Okay? Or something to write on it. Because the next time I'm going to start talking about modules, interconnections, developing an array, sizing the conductors from an array, go through the code requirements, go through the actually wire types that you can use. Are you listening? So it would be beneficial to you guys. I'm going to go talk about the IV curves related to the actually modules itself. So chapter 5 is extremely important. Okay. Chapter 8 and 9. You can skip 6 and 7. But it would be chapter 5. Better yet, I'll tell you what, to make it easier for you, study chapter 5 and chapter 9. The inverters, just the two. But I want to ask you some of the questions, some of the fundamental questions that we have learned before. Now, so far you had an easy time. Because from now on, it's going to get difficult. Because we're going to talk about the size of the modules. We're going to talk about wiring methods, terminations, clamps, listed products for modules, strain relief type of connectors, types of wiring, wiring exposed, wiring secured, wiring going into what? Splicing wire, types of splices. All those things, the electromechanical types of parts that he needs just to get the module wiring. Okay? Then we're going to calculate the sizing of an array. Okay? We're going to calculate the sizing and pick up a certain module. Important thing is we're going to go over module specifications. We're going to take, and most of you went up there, we're going to take, where's the thing? A particular module. And besides reading the stuff up here in the front, we're going to go on the back up here, and we're going to look, for example, we're going to say, who's this manufacturer, Mitsubishi? Okay? What are the requirements that it's required to be, by code, to be marked on the module? For example, some of the requirements that they're not required to be, like temperature variations or so forth, it's not marked, but some manufacturers do provide it because it helps you what? Calculating any kind of derating for the wires and the types of wires you use, as well as calculating voltage drops. Some of the manufacturers, they give you a tremendous amount of information up here, maximum power rating, maximum system voltage, the fuse raising, power voltage, what all those things mean. Okay? So this way when you go and you look at a module like this, and somebody's talking to you, you flip it over and you understand what those parameters are. So it doesn't matter whether you look at Mitsubishi's or Sharp or anybody else's, to be able to understand when somebody says to you 185 W or 185 watt module, what really is, what the efficiency means, what do we mean by that, okay? There are some types of what? Information that may not be electric, like the fire rating. Sometimes you're going to see number class B, class C. What does that mean? Okay, because there are areas that we, in certain times, that we could actually run certain types of wiring through roof penetrations into a combiner box, and whether you need to put in conduit or don't have to put in conduit, whether you can use UF cable or you can use used cable or use H3 or use or type that is what for wet locations, or you can use a what? A waterproof box, and so forth. So those are some of the things that we're going to cover about the modules. Cells and stuff like that, it's already, we beat that to death.